What's going on, guys? Snake Eyes here, playing some more Dark Souls 2, and today we're going to be doing a weapon showcase. And the weapon we're going to be showcasing today is the Manslayer. Now, I'm going to show you how to get the Manslayer, but I'm actually going to try something new, and depending on whether I like doing it or not is going to dictate whether or not I keep doing it like this. So we're going to go ahead and do it live, and the way that we're going to get the Manslayer is we're going to travel all the way to the Shrine of Amana at the Rise of the Dead bonfire. Now that you're here, you just want to climb up all these steps and keep following the path. It's pretty straightforward. You don't really have to pay attention to anything. Just keep following the path as you go along. You're eventually going to walk up to, I think this is called the Shrine of Life. You're going to see a Milfinito. That's how you know you're going the right way. All you're going to want to do is just keep going further down here. You're eventually going to come out to this exit right here. If you keep going further down, you're eventually going to fall off and die. But what you're going to want to do as soon as you get to the bottom of the steps, just turn left. Be careful because you still can fall off. I don't know if you can see the line between the land and where it drops off, but you're going to see this iron lock box right here. All you have to do is just open it up, and the Manslayer is right in it. The standard base damage on this weapon is 153, and it also comes with a standard base damage of poison coming in at 67. The base damage on this weapon is actually the second strongest of all the katanas. The only one beating that is the Berserker Blade, but I haven't gotten that just yet. And the reason I'm showing you this is because since then I've actually upgraded it, and that kind of leads me into my next point too. I've been thinking about this for a while. I've been pretty much going back and forth deciding on whether or not I should be doing PvP on all of these showcases, and it's pretty much led me to the conclusion that I'm only going to be doing PvP footage for weapons that I like. And the reason for that is because I tried taking this weapon out base, just base stats onto PvP, and I wasn't doing anything to these people. They obviously had upgraded armor, and the fact that my weapon, even though it's good base damage, if you're gonna go to PvP, you have to have upgraded armor and weapons. And to be honest, some of these weapons I think are just solely interesting. They're not really something that I'd put that much of an investment towards. I just think they're cool, and most of these don't really suit my build, and this weapon does. So that's why I made the full commitment of upgrading it and pretty much getting PvP footage, because I really do enjoy this weapon. And if you guys want to see the upgraded stats on this, let me go ahead and show you right now. It's at 230 with 100 poison damage, and like I said, it's not that bad. The base damage is the second best. I do want to get the Berserker Blade, but I don't have that yet. But yeah, like I said, I do have PvP that I'm going to be putting in towards the end of this video, but for weapons that I don't necessarily think are the greatest, it's not that I don't think they're the greatest, but they just don't suit my build, I'm not going to be doing PvP, because it'll be frustrating, and to get the material for that and doing all that would really just pretty much prolong the video, when I could just show you guys, and if you guys like it, then you can do it for yourselves. But I'm going to go ahead and get into a little bit more detail. The durability on this weapon is 40. It's pretty standard. That's pretty much all the katanas except for a few. The weight is at 6 pounds, and again, that's also pretty standard. Some are heavier, some are a little bit lighter. One thing that I haven't been talking about, and I guess I should, is the poise damage. Now, for certain enemies in this game, depending on the amount of poise that you can do to them, poise damage that you can do to them, you can get them in a stun lock. And with these katanas, it's a little harder to do that with armored enemies rather than regular, if you were using like claymores or anything like that. So I'm going to start including the poise damage as well, and I figured I'd let you guys know. But it's at 20 poise damage. Again, it's not the greatest, but it's a katana. It's mainly for dex builds and getting quick hits rather than stun locking. But keep in mind that you can actually stun lock these people. I've done it in PvP. I've done it wielding this weapon. I've done it doing power stance. It's pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and take that away, because that's gonna be its own video for another time. The requirements for this weapon is 11 strength and 18 dexterity. It has an E scaling in strength and an A scaling in dexterity. I think it has a B scaling that goes into an A after a while, but give me 1 second. Yeah, it has a B scaling that goes into an A scaling, so you have to put forth a little bit of Twinkling Titanite. That's what it takes in order to get an A scaling. But in my opinion, it's really worth it. I really do enjoy this weapon. I'm going to show the moveset. The moveset is a standard katana moveset that you can expect, and as far as anything, it's reliable in the sense that if you're used to katana movesets, then this one is pretty much nice because it has the poison damage. Those were the R1s. These are the R2s. This is the one-handed R2. I really like the thrusting attack. The backstep I really love as well. I actually messed that up. I ended up pushing R2. The backstep I really love because it just gets people by surprise. Like I said, I took this for PvP, and every time I did the backstep attack, you know, people really didn't expect it, especially since I'd already give them a little space, and then when I backstep, they just let down their shield. By the time I backstep and actually attacked, it did a couple poison damage, and pretty much won the game for me sometimes. But those were the rolling attack. The rolling attack's right here. The I've already shown the backstep. The shield bashing attack is the same one, and the jumping attack is also the same thing. Like I said, nothing too special with the moveset in this weapon. I'm trying to think if there's other things that that really make this weapon stand out. What you could do, and I'm kind of conflicted on whether or not I should do, you can actually take this to McDuff and infuse it with poison, and what it's going to do is drop down the base physical damage just a little bit, but it actually increases the poison damage by a lot. Actually, I think it takes off about 20 off of the physical and adds about 40 or 50 on the poison, but don't quote me on that because I'm not too sure. It's been a while since I last checked, but I know it's something along those lines. My overall final thoughts on this weapon is that it's a really nice weapon. If you like katanas, this is something that you just want to pick up and add to your collection. If you're really iffy about katanas, this might not be the one that you want to pick up. Most people, what they're going with is the black steel katana, and just as a comparison, I'm gonna go ahead and pretty much show I have almost all the katanas. I don't have the berserker blade, but and all of these are fairly upgraded pretty high, and one upgrade or two is not really gonna make a whole difference. But those are all the katanas I have. Black steel katana maxed out, washing pole at +9, which when you upgrade it to +10, it gets like 10 extra damage, so you can add that in there. The dark drift +10, Manslayer +5, and Uchigatana +8. Like I said, you can pretty much, it's just a rough little estimate, but as you can see, the one that does the most damage is right hand weapon 1, which is the black steel katana. Right hand weapon 2, I'm assuming, is the washing pole, and left weapon 2 is the Manslayer. As far as, I guess, standard base damage goes, see right hand weapon 1, right hand weapon 2, and left hand weapon 2. These are pretty much the strongest katanas. Like I said, I haven't gotten the berserker blade. I do want to pick that up and compare it, and it'll probably be, you know, top 4 with these weapons as well. But if you're looking for a katana to fight with, I'd recommend the black steel katana, so that way you can infuse it and do what you have to. And especially if you're a katana, you have to have high dex, so this one gets the most benefit as far as scaling goes. But again, that's totally up to you. If you guys already like katanas, I definitely recommend picking up the Manslayer because it's an overall good one for PvP, for PvE, and just you know, just pretty much all around good to have in your inventory. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to transition to some PvP that I had with this weapon. But like I said, as far as weapons that I think are interesting, those are the weapons that I'm going to be doing PvP for. I can tell you right now that the washing pole is going to get PvP footage, the dark drift is going to get PvP footage, and all you guys know how to get the Uchigatana. Whether or not I do PvP on this is going to be its own separate thing. It's not going to be a part of a showcase or anything, but these two are definitely going to get some at the end. Santir Spear is actually going to get some PvP footage as soon as I get to the things that I need to do with it. And other than that, those are really the only weapons that I can think of on the top of my head that are next for PvP footage. Everything else, if I don't see a practicality for me to actually get PvP footage in it, I'm not gonna. Mainly because, like I said, it would be pretty much of a big hassle to get PvP footage for something like the Smelter Sword. As good as it is to dump Petrified Dragon Bones in it, when I can actually go to a weapon that I really like and then get PvP footage for that for you guys, to be honest, it's probably not going to happen, and I'll probably put something in the thumbnail to let you guys know if it has some in there or not, so that way you can decide before you click on the video if you really want to watch it or not. But like I said, I'm going to transition right now. I'm not going to do commentary over it. I'm just going to let you guys see it. It's probably like 3 or 4 matches. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, take care.